Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. My name is Nat and I'm here for you. I am here for you, hopefully to cheer you up and give you those keys to the door that will unlock your happiness. This is your first time here. Welcome to the show. Glad you found it. If you want to let me know how you found it, you can hit me on the text line 304-506-3332. And don't forget about my book, The Positive Perspective, on Amazon and on my website, bepositivepodcast.com. Now, I was told that I talk too much in the beginning of the show and do too much advertising and too much promotion, but that's how I keep this show going. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to put it down in the description, and hopefully you'll read the description and click the links. All right. So what am I going to talk about today? Well, you know what? I have a topic that many parents can probably relate to at this point in time. It's coping with the empty nest syndrome. Now, a lot of people have kids that have just left the house and are going off to college, and they have an empty nest and they don't know what to do with their lives. They feel like everybody is gone and it's an empty house and it's a different environment. So what do you do? How do you deal with that? Well, I'm going to try to give you some ideas on how to get through this empty nest syndrome and get to the next phase of your life so you can really start enjoying it. You know, I'm lucky enough, my daughter's a senior in high school and will be going to college next year, but she will be going to a local college and living at home as long as possible. And so that's good. I don't have to deal with that, but I know people who are. So I want to give you a few tips and ideas on how to cope with that. And this idea came from my sister earlier tonight. She's like, well, why don't you talk about this? I said, okay, it's a good idea, so I will. So after your kids have left for college, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with it? It can be challenging. It's hard to adjust when your kids are gone. So what's some of the things you can do? Well, first thing and foremost, what you need to do is stay connected. Maintain regular communication with your college kids, through phone calls, video chats, texts, any way you can. Keep in touch with them. And just knowing that you can connect with them, especially in this day and age with all the technology, you should be able to get in touch with them as long as they answer the phone, right? So it kind of eases up the loneliness and kind of gets rid of that separation anxiety, so to speak, and you're kind of still a part of their life and sharing in the moment. So keep in touch. And if they don't contact you, it's probably because they're busy and they're exploring their newfound freedom and their new life that they're going to be discovering. And so give them some space, but stay connected with them. You really have to do that. That's important. And as a parent, it's going to be up to you for the most part to stay connected to your kids because there's so much on their minds. They got so much going on. New friends, new environment, out of the house, all kind of stuff. So stay connected. Something else you could do? Well, rediscover your interests. Rediscover what you were interested in before you had kids. You've got some new free time to visit some old hobbies and interests. Maybe you're a musician and you want to play some drums that you couldn't play, or you want to have a hobby that you didn't haven't had a chance to do because you were raising your children. Well, now you got the chance. Don't just sit around and mope. Reconnect with some of those activities and the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. And that will help you it helps pass the time and let you get back to some of the things that you used to love to do before you raised your children. Okay, so rediscover all those things that kind of got put to the side to be a good parent. Another thing you can do is look for some new relationships. I'm not talking about getting rid of your spouse. No, not that. But do some different things. Get into a different organization or take some classes that interest you. Something you've been saying, you know what, I should do that, or I should go to this place where this restaurant or this club or this organization or this maybe you want to help with the community or something like that, and meet some new people, form some new friendships. Because I know as a parent, you spend all your time taking care of your kids and doing things for your kids, and you don't have a lot of friends. My daughter often jokes. She always tells me, you don't have any friends. I'm like, I got one. So you don't have time for that because you're spending time being a good parent. So cultivate some new relationships. Another thing, if you are in a relationship with someone else and you're not alone, You can focus on your relationship. Rekindle that fire that you had in the beginning of the relationship. When you, before you started the family, before you were so focused on work and jobs and getting your kids to all their events and all that stuff. Now you have that free time to reconnect with your spouse, with your partner. You can get back to the basics. It's an opportunity to strengthen your bond so you can start spending more quality time together. And some other things you could do. I've got a few things. I actually made a few notes for this show. It's kind of neat. You could set some new goals, some things that you want to do, places you want to go, things that you wanted to do that you haven't done because you're being a good parent. You're spending time with your kids. You know, what are your personal or your professional goals? Maybe you want to advance in your job. Now you have the time and you won't be taking away from your kids, raising your kids. Work towards achieving those goals. Maybe you want to further your education, or you want to start a new career. Maybe you want to travel. Now you've got the time to do the things without the obligation of having to be home with your kids. So set some new goals. And think about that. Explore that. I always talk about setting goals in your life, and it's hard to do that. And you could think about it. What's the one thing you really wish you could do, you want to do? And you think about it and it goes away, and it's not going to stick unless you write it down. I find that if you don't write your goals down, you'd never accomplish them. And if you don't know what they are, you don't know when you reach them. Right? So if you've got a goal in your mind, just in your mind, you're thinking about it, then you're trying to achieve it, but you're not focused on it because it's not constantly in front of you. When you write it down and you say, you know what? I want to visit the Great Pyramids before I die. Now that's one of my goals. Now I haven't written it down, so I'm kind of being hypocritical here, but I think about it a lot. But I should write it down, and because eventually I would love to see the Great Pyramids, just because it's just something I want to do. It's on my bucket list. So it's one of my goals. So when you start writing them down, you have a better chance of achieving them because you put them in a place that you could see it. Maybe on your dashboard, on a Post-it note, or on your computer, or on your home screen on your phone, or stick it to your mirror in your bathroom, or somewhere. I have notes on my closet that I've been up there for. I got a note that my daughter gave me like years ago. It's still sticking, so I'm not taking it down. But set some new goals, and then work towards them. And write them down. And if it's a new career you want, or no career, maybe you want to retire. You know, maybe it's like, okay, I don't have to work so much now. Now I'm just going to rent a camper and travel the world and go to see all the national parks. And whatever you want to do, now you have the time to do it. Right? Another thing is self-care. Now, I could talk about this because I have neglected physically taking care of my body, not with food or anything, but with exercise, thinking that I was always going to be in shape. So I've recently started exercising. Some of you have complimented me on doing that, and I appreciate that, but it's a bitch. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't exercised for 40, 50 years, it's tough. It's been about 45 years since I've exercised. But you realize how out of shape you are, and then you start thinking, I can't do this, it's too hard. But then think about how much worse you're going to be in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years, if you don't do something about it. So you got to focus on your physical and your mental health. What are you thinking about? What's in your mind all day long? What are you focused on? Are you exercising? Are you eating well? Are you eating good food? I've been reading about fasting for people of my age, that it's better when you fast because your body burns off calories and it makes you stronger. So I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to do a little bit more research, and it's just hard for me to not eat. But so if I don't eat, I have to sleep. So, but take care of yourself and get enough sleep. And meditation, therapy, whatever it is to deal with your emotions or your feelings. But take care of yourself. Prioritize your self-care. Now you have time to do that, to take care of yourself. And one last thing that will help you, and help you to experience more gratitude and feel better about your accomplishments in life and feel like you're doing something. Because when you have kids and you raise your kids and they go off to college, you don't have anybody to do things for. You feel like, I feel like I don't have anybody that needs me anymore. Well, guess what? There's people out there that need you. So you could volunteer. You can give back to the community. Get involved in a community service. It can give you a sense of purpose. Contributing to a cause that you care about. It can help fill that void left by your kids when they leave and go to college. But remember, it's normal to experience all these emotions. It's normal when your kids leave for college to be sad, to be upset, to feel empty, to feel whole, to feel the empty nest. So it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Allow yourself to get through that. Don't dwell in it. Don't stay in that emotion. Be patient with yourself. But just think about the opportunities that can come up from that. The empty nest can lead to personal growth. It can lead to opportunities that you couldn't have had. You wouldn't have had because you've had obligations to be a parent and raise your child and to be there for them. So use it as a tool. Use it as a positive moment. After you get past the emotion and the sense of loss and that sense of emptiness, don't dwell on that because you're going to be missing the opportunity to grow and experience a new phase of your life. And your kids they'll be happy for you too. All right? If you do that. So I want everybody to really think about that, about getting to a place where you are happy again and you're experiencing life and you're doing things for yourself and you're focusing on new relationships. You're rediscovering your hobbies and taking all that extra free time you got instead of just sitting there going, oh, I miss my kids. Do something. Get them to do something. Play in a garden. Manicure your yard. Work on your yard. Get a new hairstyle. Whatever it is. Do something that interests you that you haven't had a chance to do. Because life's too short to not do it. And I'm just going to reiterate again is to make sure you stay connected with your kids any way you can. Text messages. A quick, hey, what's up? Send an emoji. They hate that. Oh, old people sending emojis. They hate that. So, and being an empty nest, having an empty nest can actually be a good thing after a while when you get used to it. All right. So that's all I got for the show. But now I'm going to do all the stuff that I normally do at the beginning of the show, which is talk about my book that's available on Amazon. It's called The Positive Perspective. You can get it there, or you can get your personalized copy directly from my website, bepositivepodcast.com. And if you go to the website and you order a regular copy right now, I'm doing it special because, I'm feeling good. Go there and order a regular book. I'll personalize it for you. Just say in the notes that you put in there that, go ahead and personalize it. And don't forget about the text line, 304-506-3332. And, I also, something I've been, taking for a little while now, it's a little shot that's in the morning. It goes alongside of my coffee and it's really good. It's called Magic Mind and it's really helped my cognitive processing. It's really fantastic. It's given me more energy. The matcha gives me energy. The mushrooms give me energy. It's really good for my stress management. I don't stress a lot, but now I'm stressing even less. The ashwagandha and the turmeric and all that stuff. It's really, really, really good. And they're actually giving a discount just because you've listened to this show. So if you go to magicmind.com/bepositive, you can get some money off. I think it's 50% off the first for your subscription. And you use the code BePositive20 and you'll get a discount. So just shake it up, drink it in the morning. I chill mine. I leave it in the fridge and, I have one every day. You can expect 7 hours of steady energy, less stress, better mental clarity, and it really helps. And they also, if you go to their website, they've got things like little drinks that you can mix them with. Follow them on Instagram and all that good stuff. There's all kinds of different recipes that they have, I think. And it's really good. The guy, James, has really created a fantastic product, and I love it. So go ahead and check it out. magicmind.com/bepositive. And the code is bepositive20. All right. So if you're coping with the empty nest syndrome, hopefully something I said will help you to get through it and to really get on with your life and enjoy the rest of your life the way you're supposed to. You're supposed to be happy, right? That's it. My name is Nat. This has been the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. I think we can all do a little bit better. I'll talk to you later.